Hello, folks. Good morning. You might be a little wondering why I'm just beside this statue. No, I'm just here at the Rockefeller Centre Towers. And the little ice rink just down below, which is now converted into cafes. Now, there's one thing very important to kind of share what that is. If you're here as a tourist, something that I want to share, which is key and very important, and that is you will see lots of Buddhist monks, or at least they're dressed up in monks outfit. This is a little scheme that has been going on for almost 5 years now. Started out in California, particularly out on the beaches, and then it moved on to San Francisco, down to Marcus Street, and it's been in New York now for about a couple of years, and now they're getting bigger and forming a great big groups of them working in different spots and along the New York's touristic spots. Rockefeller Centre is one of them, and they also tend to walk along the Fifth Avenue where most of the tourists tend to shop. They will go down to the horse carriages around Central Park, around the back end and the sidewalks of Grand Central, and then towards Times Square and Broadway. What they'll do is they'll approach you just as a monk with little prayer beads and a little Buddhist token that they usually tend to sell it to you and ask you to offer a donation. And if you were to give a donation, that means $1 or so, they will be pretty upset about that and might be asking for you for $10 or even more. Now, that little tricksters, I don't even call it a scam. I call it's the human way of evolving, as the money has become the cause of total destruction and the total destruction and total confusion in the consciousness of humanity today, where the other religions have failed and they have promoted money as their central well-being. Buddhism has become a way of life for many of the Western world. And so with that entail, the Chinese have come about and the monks. So unfortunately for this particular monk, he got the wrong tourist. Is he a tourist or is he just a bee? So I told him, you first must stop disrespecting China. Second, you must stop disrespecting a religion that has stood here before you and over thousands of years, at least 2,500 plus more years ago. And then third, you stop selling anything. No Buddhist monk will go on the streets of New York or anywhere else selling things. There would be other way around. They'll be going with their arms, their begging bowl. This used to happen thousands of years ago when the life was such. Today, the monks are driving in Mercedes and they're living in luxury yachts and travel in Lear jets and private jets and business class. So the Buddhism, which was one time to promote well-being and human consciousness, has now become a way of infiltrating, or at least stealing in a professional manner, by parting with some Buddhist relics type. Things like beads, bracelets, and little Buddhist pictures gilded in gold color and pressed into a plastic cellophane and so on. This is a trick that the Chinese have picked up, and they're at it really powerfully in New York, on the East Coast, and in West Coast, particularly where the tourists hang out. So here's an idea for the tourists. Your Buddhist monk will never ask for money. If it's a Buddhist monk asking for money, he should not be in a Buddhist outfit. He should be in a suit at New York Stock Exchange or Shanghai Stock Exchange or in Tokyo Stock Exchange, not walking down the high streets asking for money and looking for money. And that shouldn't be the case. No one should offer any Buddhist monk a single cent if they are conscious about their own well-being.